All right, hey, it's Matt, BlindGuysGarage. Today we're working on piston and valve clearance on this big block. I don't know what I've recorded so far and what I haven't, so I'm gonna try to start from scratch, and if I left something out, maybe I'll have it in the previous recording stuff. So I've got a head mocked up on the motor right now. I've got this kind of half-ass put together just to check and see everything, make sure everything looks halfway decent. Typically I'll work my hand on it, feel how much piston and valve clearance we have, because we put soft springs on them. And like on both of those right now, there's plenty, but that's not the worst spot of the rotation. If you grab this one over here, you'll hear it. Hear it touch the top of the piston. All right, so what I'll do is I'll set you up on the thing, and we're going to inspect it. We're looking for 80 plus on the intake and 100 plus on the exhaust. All right, so here we are on the intake side, and we set it at the highest possible point. I'll show you how I check that in just a minute. I might put it ahead of this, I don't know. But what you do now, since we got soft springs on it, we can take our rocker arm and roll it with a hand, and we're looking for 80 plus thousandths. And as you see, when we roll it all the way around, I've got it marked on the dial indicator, and we'll return it. We'll check it again. We'll return it. So that's where it's returning to, and that's where it's marked at. Now we'll see how many that is. We're looking for at least 20 between those marks. So let's check it. All right, well, looks like, I'll insert a steel photo so you can see it if you couldn't see it on the camera. I'm not sure if you could or not, but I took a picture of it. Looks like we're between 14 to 16 thousandths of clearance between the two needles there. So that means we're really at about 75 thousandths, and we need 80 plus. The easiest solution is to put a thicker head gasket in. Right now we got a 3.9 head gasket in it. So if I swap to a 5.2 or a 5.4, I'm not sure what the option is. I think it's a 5.2. That'll give us an extra 12, 13 thousandths. So it'll put us closer to 90. Where right now, like I said, we need 80 plus. So let's check the exhaust side, see what it looks like, and then we'll make a decision. All right, well, you get a quick sneak peek at what it looks like finished, or almost finished. Now, I want to get into this real quick and let you know that I'm a dummy, and I apologize. So when measuring piston to valve clearance, what you're looking at least on a big block Chevy, is 80 thousandths on the intake and 1/10 of an inch or 100 thousandths on the exhaust. So that's what we're looking for. Well, when I measure them, what I do, or what I did this time, is one lap around the dial indicator is 1/10 of an inch. So what I did is I measured from where the needle started to where it ended, which was less than one lap around the dial indicator. So then I measured between the two, or I counted between the two and said it was 14 to 16 thousandths. Like I said, I can't remember which one it was at this particular moment. So you take 14 to 16 thousandths from 1/10 of an inch, or 100 thousandths. That tells you your clearance is somewhere around 85-ish thousandths, give or take, which is plenty of clearance between the piston and the valve. So I gave you all that improper information because I believe I said it was somewhere around 75 thousandths. Moved to the other head when I measured it, and it actually came out to be 72 thousandths on one and 76 thousandths at the back of the motor. So the deck was not perfectly square. That's okay. It's not that big of a deal in this particular case. But we did end up needing the 5.2 head gasket I said we were going to need, just not the way I said we were going to need it. So I apologize for that. And all the measurements that we take that are improper, I will have them made proper right here at the bottom of the screen for you. So you'll be able to actually see the proper numbers, even though I'm a dummy and saying the wrong numbers. So please forgive me on that. As always, I hope you all enjoyed it. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I read them all. I answer them all. Let's get back to this video. All right. This one has so much piston to valve clearance that, let's see, let's grab this one. See, I mean, it moves that much to the point I wouldn't have ever even bothered checking it on a dial indicator if I wasn't on camera. It's got that much clearance. So now let's see if I can do this without putting my head or anything in the way. So let's see. We're starting right here. We're going to go half, 1, so we're already at a thou, half, just short of 2. So I don't even have to calculate that. So now, let's go to the front of the motor and check both of them on that side. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I get to the tightest piston to valve clearance. And most of the time I do it by hand without breaking out a degree wheel or any of that stuff, because it's easier to do it this way. So now let's get started on that. So here's where we go. You grab a valve, You see how much it opens? Well, we already know that's not no 1/10 of an inch. This is the exhaust side, so we're going to start right here. I just open it, hold it open until the piston touches the valve. Oh, right there it is. All right, so now we'll back up some because I was going too fast. All right, now we're going to feel out the tightest spot here. So right now we got, I don't know, 1/2 inch, maybe more. We'll find the tightest spot, which is about right there. Keep going. And it's going away. So this one is to the point of it really doesn't even matter. I mean, honestly, there's so much piston and valve clearance there that I'm not too worried about it, but I'll set up the gauge just to show you anyway. All right, so now we got the gauge set up on here. We'll check it and try to keep my hands out of the way for you. So let's just check where we're at. Here we go. 1/2, 1, 1/2 over 2. So now we'll move the crank just a little bit, and we'll check it again. Oops. Try to keep my hand out of view again. 1/2, 1, 1/2, 2. So we went the wrong direction. So now we'll back the crank up, double what we just went. All right, here we go again. 1/2, 1, 1/2, 2. See this one, there's plenty of piston valve clearance in here. The tightest we found was just over 2, which tells you we got plenty. We're looking for 1. 1. All right, and after setting the exhaust, it takes next to nothing to set the intake. So you'll grab the intake valve, open it up. We've got plenty right now. Go until we hit the top. Oh, we've already hit the piston. Now we're looking for the tightest spot. Ooh, that's pretty tight. We're going to stop right there and check it. So I'll set the gauge up, bring it back. All right, here we go again. Now what we're going to do is we're going to check it, and then we'll move the crank until we find the tightest location again. So 1/2, 1, that's it. So now we're going to go down just a smidge. All right, check her again. 1/2. Oh, we obviously went the wrong way. So we got plenty of clearance going that way. All right, now we're going to have plenty of clearance again. I went too far, I already know I did. So let's go 1/2, 1, plenty. We'll go hair at a time now. 1/2, 1, got plenty. The valve's opening and piston's coming up at the same time. 1/2, 1, still got plenty. 1/2, 1, 1/2. So we're coming, we're getting there. 1/2, 1 on the money. Now we're going to go in very minuscule increments here. 1/2, 1, getting tighter. 1/2, there it is. Looks like it's about the same as the backside. All right, well, for now, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna order a set of 5.2 gaskets. It'll throw the front off just a hair, but the problem is the back. I'm gonna go ahead and double check the other side to be sure. Pull this head apart, put all the stuff on the other head, and then put it on that side. So, probably not gonna record none of that. I don't know if I showed y'all, but when I check piston and valve clearance, I just use these cheap little chrome springs. They make it real nice and easy to compress the valves. You ain't pressing these by hand, not without an actual valve spring tool. So that makes it easy and nice. So here we are. This is what I do. Take them apart, put these little bitty dinky springs on here so you can check everything, but it holds enough pressure for everything. And it works nice. So yeah, I guess for now, I will bring y'all back once I get back to work on this thing. But for the time being, I'm gonna just disassemble the other head and put the springs on it, check it, and order some gaskets. I'm pretty sure is what we're gonna do. So if anything changes, I'll bring y'all back. But hope y'all enjoyed it. Later.